Good afternoon, guys, or good morning, or good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to my Bajerski YouTube channel. Just eating some pulse by Tolman, the amazing pulse. Incredible. An ancient Egyptian, maybe even further back, recipe of how the once amazing geniuses used to eat food, pulse and water. Amazing. Yeah, I just received a few little bits and pieces from Don, and yeah, cheers everybody. You know, I remember the last time I went to a nightclub. I went with Alison and I can't remember her name. Anyway, two girls I was really friendly with. We just laughed all night. We got on really well. Yeah, we were just talking in this nightclub. We used to like to dance, but then we just got off the dance floor and we just started talking. Friends, basically, we were good friends. And from nowhere, this guy came up to me, looked at me and just punched me in the eye. Absolutely no reason. Didn't even know him, just smacked straight in my eye. I remember that was the last time I ever went out. I thought, I'm just not doing this no more. You know, I'm really not doing it. And I remember it took maybe, I'd say a good 2 weeks, because it was a real good punch. And it was like a black eye. And it took at least 2 weeks. And what I noticed in them 2 weeks was really shocking. It really shocked me to a degree that I was so pleased it happened. And I'll explain why, because you'll understand straight away. We are the most judgmental creatures in this world, probably of the universe, of the cosmos. The reason why I realized we were so judgmental was the moment I left the police station, having to explain why this silly person did what he did, which I didn't know. As I was in the police station, the policeman, I was looking at him and I noticed something really profound. He had no time for me at all. It was almost like I was some muck at the bottom of his foot. And I couldn't understand why. Anyway, I left there, and the following morning I woke up and got in my van to go to work because I had an auction house. And on my travels, the people that I used to see in my van, I'd wave normally every morning and they'd wave back. But now they'd stop waving and they were turning away as if they didn't see me. And I thought, that's weird. And then I got to work and my work staff were looking at me, and then they were all asking me questions and saying things to me, and I found myself having to defend my look and why I had this black eye. People that I was associated with, solicitors, estate agents, when I went into the office, they'd stop dealing with me. They'd instantly run away, or they wouldn't talk to me. And everybody seemed completely different towards me than I'd ever experienced. Now, bear this in mind, I've never had a black eye in my life. And suddenly the pain, that moment when you realize, my God, these people are judging me like I've hit somebody, that I've beat them up. They, without even a thought, their first thought is that I'm a thug, right? Now think about that and ask yourself this question. If you see somebody with a black eye, let's say it's a man, what do you think about him? Do you think he's a thug, or do you think the poor guy what a horrible guy who hit him, or do you think he's a thug? Now ask yourself this question. If a woman gets punched in the eye, what do you think about the woman if you see the woman with a black eye? So we judge instantly. We try and put the pieces together. And I've often said to the practitioners who come here, never judge, never presume, because it's the last thing. And I've often said to people, if somebody says, oh, something, I've had something stolen from my house, I know who's done it. Don't presume, because it's sometimes the last person you'd believe that's done it. So don't waste your energy. So what I found was we are, as a society, quick to jump, quick to judge, quick to make a story. And actually, 9 times out of 10, we're wrong. And from that moment, I was really pleased, because it made me realize from that moment on that I was no different from anybody else. But what I realized then is I would never presume whenever I saw somebody with a black eye. And that moment helped me towards the rest of my life, not looking at people and judging them. Oh, there's a guy in a Ferrari there, he must be rich. Or he must be a creep, or he must be, a drug dealer. There's so many scenarios that you can judge somebody by what they look like, or what they have, or what they don't have. And I think the moral of today's story is really important. I think if you want to be a better person in life, if you want to live in a happier world, I believe whenever you see circumstances, instead of rushing to the answer or looking for reason why this has happened, why not step back from that? Don't judge it, don't look at it. In fact, don't even let it interfere with your life. Leave it be and be the same person you are towards whoever it may be. Be kind, be caring, because you never ever know how somebody is feeling and what they've been through at any given moment for what you see or may think you are interpreting what's wrong or what they've done. And I think that's really been helpful on my journey of healing. It's been really helpful when I read for people, because to be a reader of people's future, you have to be non-judgmental. You can't judge. You've got to sit on the fence, because judging isn't a spiritual thing. It really isn't, because spirit does not judge. So if you're judging, it means you're interfering in between the world of the spirit world and actual message that you're trying to put across to people. And so often readers interfere with that, and then they bring their ego into it, or their thoughts, and that's when it can be really nasty or hurtful. And a lot of readers then say things that they shouldn't have said, that spirit never actually asked them to say, but then they will use that as, oh well, that's spirit, what spirit told me. And I think, no, spirit didn't tell you that. You presume that, you put the pieces together and just said that. Whereas a true reader who is really flowing in the art of channeling, they just channel, and it's normally really beautiful and doesn't need to be filtered. But when you are saying things that you think, oh wow, that's a bit heavy, you know it's your own stuff, and you should filter that. If you're a reader, you should always filter what you're about to say. This nicely comes up to the next part of the subject. Being physically beat, punched, hit, kicked leaves a mark on the body, like it did me for at least 2 or 3 weeks. And I noticed how other people reacted towards me. But here's the most deepest thing I see towards this message today. We can be beaten up but not have a single mark on our physical body. And this is the story of where people abuse you and I. People say hurtful and bad things towards us. And that, my dear friends, is equally as bruising towards our physical well-being in time. You see, any hurtful thing you say to somebody is like a punch in the face, or a punch in the heart, or a punch in the stomach, or also a punch in the head. And what we don't realize is that on a spiritual level, somebody like me can see somebody like you walk through the door and see all those bruises on your forehead, in your face, in your heart, in your stomach. As a healer and a psychic and somebody who is in tune with people's energy, we can see the body energy, the spiritual energy, which is filled with bruises and pain and suffering. And to me, that is equally, if not more, damaging. You see, a physical bruise disappears, but an emotional bruise takes a long time to heal. So the next time you have something not so nice to say to somebody, just remember these words. Those words that you give that person which are hurtful is going to punch them so hard in their whole spiritual life force that it's going to take years of healing. So the next time you react to somebody and hurt them in an emotional punch bag manner, just remember these words, guys. It will last far, far longer in pain and suffering, and could possibly develop into physical issues if you say something bad to somebody. So today, change that chip. Like you saw me with the black eye, don't judge. Like you see somebody lying down on the street and has no money and no home, don't judge. When you see somebody who you think may be something nasty or angry or this or that, don't judge. Leave people to live their life, and therefore you will have a more happier life, because a life free from judging others is a life filled with peace. I have no time for politics, I have no time for religion, and I have no time for judging. For those actions, those subjects only keep us frozen in pain, suffering, anger, and separation. I now lead a life free from all of those things, to be able to get on with my life and look at myself and see what needs to be healed within me. Try that today. Give it a go. Have a great day, guys, from my heart to yours. Do you see my prototype? Have a look. Tektite, Moldavite, and Herkimer diamond. They've just arrived. I'm just working on them now. They're a prototype, and boy, as it knocked me out for 6 yesterday. I had a most terrible first time in my life, like a migraine in my head. And I was using this to heal as well as to cleanse, because this is probably what kicked it off. And there was something here which before was like an ear infection, but there was something deeper inside that needed to clear and cleanse. That's gone now, thank goodness. I feel lighter and I feel stronger now. So just to let you know, guys, if you ever wear one of my crystals and they feel too heavy to cope with, they're too much, keep going, guys. Don't stop, because I assure you, in the end, it is clearing a block from your life force, your body, your physical and emotional, spiritual, to be able to then keep you more in balance and feel stronger for the rest of your journey. Sometimes you have to climb that mountain to get to the top, and boy, has this been a real challenge for the past 24 hours. It's been a struggle, but I feel better for it. Moldavite does that. It really does. But coupled with Tektite and this Herkimer diamond, it's probably one of the most powerful and profound trios I've ever worked with. So I'm really pleased with them, even though the effects was quite hard on me last night. All I can say is that I know that next week I'll feel amazing and stronger than ever before, and thank you for this. So I'll let you know, guys, they're going to be in production in the next few weeks. They'll be out in the next couple of months. Maybe when I'm in Bali, I'll let you know. And that's it. I think I'm very happy. These came, I finished working with these, I think, a couple of days ago, and now these are the little petite Moldavites with Herkimes. They're also amazing if you're wanting to do the work, the spiritual work. So they've just gone on the website yesterday, and some beautiful little Herkimer diamonds on their own as well. So that's a treat as well. So I'm really happy. Things are all wonderful. I've just got another 40 books to sign and put your personal message in there. And that's me done and gone. I'm off, flying off. And I'll see you wherever I am next. Take care of yourselves, guys. Thank you for going to bajerski.com and purchasing your pure energy working crystals that I've been working on for the past 15 years. I hope they serve you well. And thank you for buying all the oils and all the incense. I hope they're really serving their purpose and helping you as much as they've been helping me. Remember, guys, we're all in work in progress. That's all we are, ever. It never stops. Have a great day. Take care.